everybody, it's TF Renegade here, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In today's video, we're taking a look at a bit of an older figure being Transformers 2007 Bumblebee. Now, this is not the version I grew up with. I had the original 2007 one. This is the Allspark enhanced version. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. It's just got some lighter blues on it than the original did, but they're basically the same exact toy. Like, there's really no differences in the mold, but he is a really cool toy, so let's go ahead and check him out. So when it comes to our guy Bumblebee here, he looks absolutely fantastic. I love these older toys just because they're really nostalgic and they just feel great. Like, these are just really fun toys. An emphasis on the word toy. Like, these were made to be toys for kids to pick these up and mess around with them, break them, and throw them away like 20 years later. So, I mean, I think these are really fantastic toys. But, you know, nowadays we're so focused as collectors on everything needs to be accurate. Everything needs to feel great. Everything needs to have all the articulation. And I'm happy we're at that point, and I want those standards because anything that keeps me away from Combiner Wars again, I'll take it, man, 100%. But these older figures do have their charm, and they're great. Like, Bumblebee over here, his face sculpt looks amazing. As you can see, we got some nice details over there. He's got some nice beady blue eyes. He's got a darker mouth plate. It's not accurate to the movie, but that's fine. It's more based off of the concept art, so on and so forth. And over here, you can see he's got some light blue just because of his Energon thing that this toy is based on. On the backside, we do have light piping for his eyes, so that's fantastic. When it comes to the chest, as you can see, we got a little Autobot symbol right there and some light blue for the Energon right there. And this part of the chest is just the front bumper of the Camaro, which is the same on the 2007 toy, the original one. And over here on the arms, I'm not a big fan of these arms. These do have charm, but I will say the arms suck. So, he does have these big fat pieces hanging off of the backside of his arm. Not a big fan of that because it is just a big pain to move around. And also on the shoulders over here, instead of molding this into place, they made it separately, so it does fall out sometimes, and it's just held into place with little tabs, so it's really not that great. So that's the one thing I don't miss, and I'm happy we do have quality control now. But aside from that, you know, that's just what it is. It does have some nice molded details, though, and some nice colors. So you have that. And when we come down to the waist, you can see we got some light blue right there, some yellow on the sides, the license plate right there, and some more light blue, which looks great. The legs look fantastic, though. I really do like the design of these. I like the windows being on the inside. We got some light blue right there for the Energon, and over here, I love these side pieces. I think that looks great, and it looks really mechanical through here. My favorite part, though, is just how mechanical the whole thing feels. You know, like, when you fold this up, it feels like one of the Michael Bay movie Transformers, so I'm a really big fan of that. On the back side, we got pieces of the Camaro, which looks nice. We got some nice pieces on his heels over here. Looks great. And, of course, he's got a little bit of a backpack going on here because of his windows and the windshield and such. It's not horrible, but you know, it could have been cleaned up a lot. Actually, you know what? I will say this. It's cleaned up better than the modern day Studio Series. I can 100% say that much at least, that this doesn't look as bad as a Studio Series one, but, you know, still could have been done better. So, I mean, all in all, it's still a great toy. I think it holds up just, I mean, not 100%, but I still think it's a fun toy if you want to pick him up and play with him. When it comes to the accessories, Bumblebee here comes with one weapon, and that is his blaster right here. Looks pretty cool. As you can see, it's got a little handle here so you could fit that sucker right into his hand. So you got that right there. But it's not over yet, folks, because since it is 2007, we got to have fun gimmicks. And of course, you could turn this into an Energon blade, which looks so cool. I really do love some of these older gimmicks on the toys. I'm happy they're not here anymore, though. Like, let's just say that much. I'm happy these are gone. But for the era they're from, these are actually really fun and cool little accessories. Now, when it comes to the articulation, our guy Bumblebee can look to the left, he can look to the right, he can look all the way around if you want him to, so that's great. He is on a ball joint. He cannot look up in the air, but he can definitely look down upon you if you so choose to do that, so you have that. When it comes to the arms, you can stick this sucker all the way out like so. You just gotta watch out for this stupid back piece right there, but if you want to do it, you can do it. And of course, if you want to move his arm all the way around, you can do it. You just got to be careful because of his tire and such. So you got to kind of angle it out this way if you want to get that all the way around like so. So you do have the option. When it comes to the bicep, we do have a bicep rotation right there. And we have an elbow bend, which is fantastic. And surprise, surprise, folks, we have wrist rotation because his hands are on a ball joint. So that is something I do miss, that they had ball jointed hands, so you got a lot of movement on those. So that is one thing I do miss. When it comes to the waist, we do have a waist rotation right here. It's more up in this area, but it is still technically the waist because he's got a big fat waist. So I'm happy that we got that. When it comes to the legs, we do not have a thigh swivel, so that's a bit of a bummer, but it's okay. And we do have a knee bend, so that's pretty nice. I like that right there. It's a 10 out of 10 in my book, but we don't have feet rockers because we're just not at that point with the engineering. So when it comes to Bumblebee, we can make him stand to a degree. So for comparison, let's go ahead and slap the other original 2007 Bumblebee in here. He turns into the 77 Camaro, and I think these two look great together, but don't let your eyes deceive you, folks. This guy is a terrible figure. I had to learn the hard way. I had to relive my trauma, right? I bought him again because I missed this toy. I was like, you know what? He was really cool. I don't know why I threw him away. Well, now I understand. This chest is awful. I mean, this isn't a review on him, but just really quick. Don't let your nostalgia cloud your thoughts with him. Don't rebuy him because he's not worth it. But in terms of looks, they do look great together, so you got that. And for a 2007 figure that doesn't suck, Barricade over here is a fantastic toy, and I think these two look absolutely great together. So you can see how they look. If you don't have this guy, you should definitely get him because he is super fun. So you got that. And then we'll bring out a modern day figure. We'll bring out Studio Series Bumblebee. Different subline, but same movie, and you can see how they look. I like the look of the older figure, but the newer one is definitely closer to the movie. I wouldn't say 100%, but it's definitely closer. So you can see how that looks. Big height difference, though. I mean, they're both deluxe class. Like, way different era. Like, I think this was $10, maybe $15 when he came out, and this guy was like 20 or 24, so huge difference. But the engineering is definitely more complex in the newer one, but you know, it's up to you how you feel about that. You flip them to the back, and I think the older one definitely cleans up better, but that's just my opinion. So you got that there. And last but not least, we'll bring out a big boy being 86 Optimus, and I'll say this much, right? Like, again, with the height, the engineering's much better on these figures, so I don't mind that they're smaller, but man, it's crazy. We got some big figures back then. It's definitely something I took advantage of at the time, but yeah, I do kind of miss that height on these. But, you know, that's just a personal thing. I know some people do love the scale now. So you got that right there. You can say whatever you want about the robot mode, but the vehicle mode looks absolutely spectacular. I love the way this turned out. And, you know, I understand the perspective of the designers back then. The robot mode is probably the way it is, like when it comes to the arms and such, because you have to make the car look exactly the same because it is a licensed product, because in the contracts they probably say it has to look exactly like the real life car. So that's probably why there's some problems in the robot mode, but man, they did a great job on the vehicle. So as you can see, we got the iconic stripes all throughout there, and of course we got some blue windows all throughout, which look fantastic, looks pretty good. We got some nice wheels over here. The one thing I'll complain about, and I think that's just on the Energon version, I'm not too sure, but the windows, the plastic does not match the rest of the vehicle. This is actually a lighter yellow than the rest of the vehicle on both sides, so that's a bit of a bummer how that turned out, but, you know, it is what it is. And of course, we got the Camaro logo right there on the side, which looks absolutely fantastic. And like I said, we got the Chevy logo right there. We got painted headlights, which looks fantastic. So overall, the top part of the vehicle is great. You come to the bottom, though, and it's just his whole robot mode, man. Like, you can see everything. And, you know, it's not a big deal to me. I mean, this is an older toy and stuff, but it is pretty jarring. But there is one thing you can do. If you want to store his weapon, you can actually put that sucker right in there. It's nice that this was included, so you can cover up that gap right there and you don't have your piece laying around. So that's pretty nice. And as a whole, I'd say the vehicle mode is pretty perfect. I actually don't have any problems with this. So for vehicle comparison, let's go ahead and slap Bumblebee in here. That's what I'm going to call him because of his stupid little hood right there. And as you can see, these two do look pretty good together, if you can keep the hood up. So you got that. And then we'll go ahead and stick a great deluxe in here being Barricade, and these two look absolutely phenomenal with each other. The overall size and presence of them is awesome, so I think these two look great. So there you go with that. And then we'll bring out a newer figure being Bumblebee from the same movie. And yeah, the size is way different, man. And it's really up to you. Like, if you like the older one more than the new one, all power to you. And if you like the newer one more than the old one, you're not wrong, because the newer one does look fantastic. I think it's much closer to the movie than the old one. But, in my opinion, I think the older one's better because of one specific thing. It's got the Camaro logo. The new one doesn't have it. So I'm just saying, you got that right there. So we got that. And then last but not least, let's go ahead and bring out the behemoth himself, 86 Optimus. And you can see these still look pretty good. Like, the size is huge compared to him, but right next to each other, I still think these do look good. So what are my final thoughts on Transformers 2007 Bumblebee? I'll say this much. I like him. I think it's a good toy. And I'm going to emphasize that word, toy. So do not buy this guy if you're expecting this to be this grand Bumblebee. You're going to have to buy this knowing the time period he's from. So you're either going to be reliving a nostalgia itch, or you're going to try him for the first time. And if you're trying him for the first time, you got to remember he's got his flaws. He doesn't have all the articulation the modern day figures has. His plastic quality is still good, but it's not as good as the newer ones because it's so old. So you might have some cracking or something else happening in some areas. The joints also might be loose because he's going on 20 years. I think in 2 years he's going to be 20. So just keep that in mind. And then the other thing is transformation, because this is an old toy. The transformation's a little bit annoying. It's not horrible, but it's just, it's not the best. So just keep that in mind with this guy if you're going to buy him. And that's pretty much all I got to say. So when it comes to the collector's rating, I'm going to go ahead and give our guy Bumblebee an 8.5 because he is a solid toy, but he is pretty dated to his time period. And it's really going to be up to you whether you want to have him in your collection or not. And when it comes to the parents' rating, I'm going to go a little bit lower with an 8 because I don't know if kids from today will like this guy. It's definitely a period piece because toys now have a lot better quality in them. It depends on the toy, but they usually have better quality than the older ones. And I don't think kids are going to be into that, but they might. It really depends on your kid. It's going to be a parental decision whether you think they will like this, if you want them to relive your childhood and whatnot. So I'm just going to go ahead and give it an 8 on that. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you guys like the content, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot to me when you do. And leave your comments down below. That's the most important part of these videos, is what you guys think. Do you guys love this guy? Do you hate him? Or do you just kind of feel meh about him? So go ahead and leave your comments down below, and I will see you guys next time.